Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Erin, and today I wanted to show you how I created this painting right here. I'm going to show you a time-lapse video, but I'm also going to do some talking and sort of explain my process of how I create a painting. Before you go, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you can see all of the things that I'll do in the future. And if you want to learn how I like to make my paintings, then continue to keep on watching.
So here I am getting started on this painting, nice white surface. The first thing that I did was I painted the blue sky background of this painting, and I did this because I just really wanted there to be a super soft edge around this moon. So I painted the blue background first, and then when I was filling in the moon, I was able to very softly blend the moon in with the sky. These are oil paints, by the way, and I was able to do this all while they were still wet. Once I laid that down, I started to move into the inside of the moon. And whenever I start something, I always try to keep it very simple. So I tend to break it down into just the shadows and the highlights. So I chose two colors, a super light gray color and a very, 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 very light gray color, almost white. And I filled in just the shadows and just the highlights. Now I'm starting to dig into the shadows again, just sort of picking out the slightly darker areas that are within them and starting to focus on building up some shapes, but still mostly focusing on keeping things relatively simple. So now I'm starting to go around these shapes a little bit with some of my lighter tones, and what I'm doing here is I'm trying to carve out very specific shapes in these shadows. I'm trying to make the craters have all of their little bumpy lumpy edges around them and just focusing a little more on defining some of the shapes. So once I feel like all of the general things are filled in, and I feel like I can start to do all of the smaller details in this painting, I start to pick away at the tiny little craters, the tiny little bumps and lumps, the tiny textures that exist on all of the surfaces. So I tend to switch to a smaller paintbrushes at this point. This is sort of the last stage of a painting for me, is adding in all of the tiny little details, all of the little craters. Something else I like to focus on in the last part of a painting too is just making sure that the shadows are as dark as I want them to be in certain places. And then of course I really want to make sure all of my highlights are as light as I would like to see them as well. So here I am just adding in all of the last little bits of white that I would like to see, just to really make the moon pop on its brightest side. And here's the final product. You can kind of see some of the texture in this shot. And there she is, all done.
Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Before you go, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up down below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.